Hi guys, how are you? It is Sunday night, and by Sunday night I am exhausted. It has been back-to-back tutoring all weekend, and I love it. I love it. I get to reach people all over the United States. I've got some people outside the country too that I actually get to tutor, and I think it's amazing. But on Sunday night, I'm wrapping up, and I'm usually trying to go back to my real world because I teach college, and classes start tomorrow for me. But I always like to wrap up my weekend with some thought. It was a really, really good weekend for me. Again, I start at 7 o'clock in the morning and I finish tutoring on Saturday nights, both Saturday and Sunday nights. My last group ends at about 8 o'clock, 7:45, so it's a long day. But I get paid to do what I love, and that really is to make a difference. That's all why we came in this profession, to make a difference and to make it a better place. And I think I'm blessed enough to have found a very unique niche. I love teaching. I love providing. I'm a social worker at heart, so my mental health providers, you know that. But I really, really love what I do, and I thank all of you that trust me, that put faith in me, that will get you through this path. A lot of great success stories this week. So COVID has finally eased up a little bit, enough for a lot of my students to test. In the last 2 weeks, I have had like 6 students pass, and I just cannot tell you, I'm elated. I'm elated. It's been amazing. If you don't know, I tutored all the tests, actually. I tutored to the psychologist, the EPP, EPPP. I do the LMFT. I've got some marriage and family people. I do the NCE. I do the CPCE. I do the LCSW, the LMSW, the BSW. I think that's all of them. If I don't leave anybody out, I do apologize. Just let me know later. But I really do. I really enjoy teaching. I like it when the light goes on, that a concept that you really didn't get and you've read over and over in one of the books and you didn't get it. I love that so much. And I really just want to take this time to thank you. And as I always do on Sunday nights, I try to give you a little bit of push to move forward and to keep going. A lot of you are in states where it's not open and testing is not available yet, and you are tired. You're tired of studying. You're tired of opening a book. All you want to do really is get back to the real world. I understand. I really understand. But hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. If no one has told you, once this is over, as we begin to open up, you are needed. You are so needed. As a college professor, I've always told my students, I'm sorry, but as the worse things get in the world, the more mental health providers are needed. So whether you're a frontline person or whether you're a person who prefers to be, working for the insurance company, you're needed. You're needed. So please, please don't give up. I've told all of you who tutor with me, your license is not a proof that you're a good provider. It's not a proof you're a good social worker. It's not a proof you're a good counselor. It's not. You're a good counselor. You're a good social worker. You're good with what you do. That license is how we recognize that. So pass this hump, get over it, and go and walk out the path that you have for your life. I've said a couple of times, I promise you, if they would put it on the test, we would actually practice it maybe. But self-care is something we still struggle with. Some definitions if you're taking the test. So what we know is a secondary trauma is when I am I am being re-traumatized by what a client shares with me. That's secondary trauma. So burnout is the people at work, the clients, the drive, the office, all that is burnout. So, and the combination of both is called compassion fatigue. So a lot of the people that I work with, a lot of my peer group are really feeling a lot of compassion fatigue. So let me just give you a little help to kind of get through this. This will end. COVID will not always be around. I don't think life will ever be the same again. I'm sorry. I just think that's the way it is. I think we'll see a lot of changes, but I don't think we'll go back to practice as usual ever. I was in a conversation this week with someone about, how are you even going to meet with someone with your mouth covered? And so much of what we do is about reading your body. Again, another test tip, our body always tells the truth. So if someone is telling you something, but their body doesn't say the same thing, that is incongruent. And my body language, they're called meta communications. Everything is telling you the same thing. That's when the truth is coming out. So what I'm saying and my body image is telling you all the same thing. Another term for the test, paralinguistics. That means if I'm not saying anything, but my body's doing the talking. Those are all terms that you might need to know for any of the tests. But just let me wrap you up a little bit and just kind of give you some thoughts and some prayers to get through this week. So as you've seen on my screen, I've got the 10 commandments for smart mental health providers. Get through this, guys. Come on, the world needs you. First, define yourself by your success, not your failures. When I ask each of you many times, I'll say, so tell me about your week. I don't get to provide anymore, not a direct provider. So I want to know what happened. Sometimes you'll tell me the things that didn't go right. Oh my goodness. Of everything that didn't go right, there are a million stories of people's lives that you changed every day, whether it was by showing up and just being there or really putting on your best technique, being genuine and in the moment, and being there for our clients. I thank you. I thank you for doing that. Be real. Sincerity is crucial to successful interventions. And I don't mean in the field, I mean in your life. Be real. I'm 54. It took me a long time to learn to be real. For most of us, we struggle with what society says we should be, and especially as women, we struggle with how we're supposed to look and how we're supposed to behave. And, I'm supposed to be the perfect teacher these days and mom and everything else. Be real. You know what? This is it. This is it. This is me. I like me. And if you don't, you don't. That's it. But I like me. So be real with yourself. No matter what comes, hang on to your integrity and your sense of humor. Okay, that's all we've got, guys. That's all we've got. You'll see some COVID jokes about some COVID babies. That's really all we've got. And if you know me, I do like to kind of throw a joke in there every once in a while. So hang on to that. Don't let anyone tell you who you are, what you can accomplish. So, if you're one of my NCE people, that term for would be self-efficacy. That's the Ventura term, and that's a career question. So, self-efficacy is the belief that I got this. I can do this, okay? Especially as you're trying to take those tests and you hear those voices in your head, you're talking about your past insecurities and your past doubts and the last time you studied and the last time you failed. No, 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 no. Let go of that. Let go of that. Move forward. Move forward. Practice what you preach. Oh my goodness, if I could tell you how many of my students that I work with will tell me the right things that they tell their clients, but they don't practice them. Put you first. The airplane, there's a reason you put the air mask on you first, because if I can't save me, I can't save anybody. And I gotta save me. And that's not being selfish. That is being the best provider for long term. I teach my students in college to set boundaries very, very tight when you're young, very tight. That way, as you get older, you can loosen them up after you have some experience. But you know what? You can't take on everybody's stuff. You can't. You got to set boundaries. It's okay if people don't like you because you set the boundaries. You can easily look at a client and tell them that I can't take you home. It's a code of ethic violation. But yet sometimes we can't tell our own family those same things. You can't come to my house because of COVID. I'm sorry. I'm not letting you in. It's nothing personal. You're just not. Okay? It's okay. Practice what you preach. You know what? We talk about the importance of changing that cognitive restructuring, CBT. That would be by Beck. Yeah, gotcha. So we talk about that. So change those stories. Narrative technique. Okay. Number 6, take inventory of your values. If you believe strongly in a cause, be willing to fight for it. Nothing of benefit to society has come without a struggle. So if it's important to you, go for it. Whether it's about your family, your client, anything, go for it. Go for it. Remember, Kohlberg, post 3 levels. The top level, 5 and 6, really talks about people who they didn't disobey the law purposely. They just really felt their own values were more important than the law. And many of those people have been huge changers in life. If we look at like Rosa Parks and even Kevorkian, all those good people, I can't tell you I'm going to jail. Not going to happen. But I do know my values. I know what I stand for, and I know what I won't accept in my life. Remember, your values are different than your code of ethics. The code of ethics are things that we follow according to the ACE or the NASW. Those are my code of ethics. However, my values don't change. And in a job, I'm going to go with my code of ethics. That is what I'll do. But my values are me, and the code of ethics can't change my values. They just can't cloud over into my client's life. Okay? Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. You can't nourish others when you're running on empty. So I know many of us, me included, you know what? That refrigerator has been full for because COVID's going to happen and we're going to run out of meat and we're going to run out of this stuff. It's been full. However, I've got to remember to make sure that I get my exercise in, to get out of the house. And now that, it's getting warmer, just go for a walk. Take care of yourself. What is good for you? Mom, it's okay to let those kids, take a break. Dad, it's okay to let somebody else take care of things. Take care of you. This is going to be over, and it's going to be over, and the world's going to need you a whole lot. I need you to be really full so you can give out. Okay? Strive for personal best rather than comparing yourself with others. If you're not sure, that term, it's on the NCE, okay? So I'm going to make sure that I measure myself. I'm going to measure myself ipsatively, that's the word, ipsatively, only compared to myself. That term means that I'm not going to compare, I'm not going to be norm referenced and compare it to the whole world, just to myself. So I want to be better than I was last time. I want to look back a year from now and say, wow, look how far Pam has come. And whether it's in my personal journey, I'm running a race, or I've learned more, or anything else, I just want to be a different place. So I'm really going to focus on me. And again, that's not selfish. That is not selfish. That is necessary to survive. And I want to be the best me I can, because I'm not a good me. I'm not a full me. I'm not a good professor. I'm not a good teacher. I'm not a good provider. And I'm not a good mother. So if I'm empty, I can't give what I don't have. Okay? If I'm empty, I can't give what I don't have. I think many of us, we use that with clients. A tomato a tomato will never produce corn. That will never happen. A tomato can only give you what it's got. So I got what I got, and I can't give you what I don't have. Okay? Never underestimate your singular ability to initiate positive change. The world needs you. The world needs you so much. Needs you. Okay. And last but not least, and I know it says a social worker, but if I could ask you, just never forget that you're a world changer. You chose this profession. I think this profession chose you. You want to make a difference in the world. Whatever got you here, whatever past brought you here, you are here because you want to make a difference. You want to go home at night knowing that somebody's world is a better place because you were here. You want to make sure that they have food, or they've gotten the best inner peace that they can. You want to make sure they're living in a very balanced lifestyle. Whatever technique you use, whether you're a frontline direct caregiver, whether you're a psychotherapist and every day you're working with people who are very scared and afraid, whatever you do, thank you for what you do. Thank you for being a world changer. And thank you for letting me be part of your professional journey. I really appreciate it, guys. Again, join me for a group. Join me on Facebook. Anytime, if you look around, I am sure my phone number is somewhere out there. I love what I do, and I'm very, very thankful that you do what you do. Thank you very much, guys. It's been a great week. Today is, it is May 17th, and I will see May 17th, 2020. And I hope that I'll see you in my group sessions or individual sessions soon. Thanks, guys.